The sad and mysterious case of Phylicia Barnes contains details that may be disturbing or upsetting to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Here at Case Documentaries, we release at least one new true crime video every week. We hope you choose to join our quickly growing community by subscribing to the channel. Our love and sympathy goes out to all those who knew and loved Phylicia. Phylicia Simone Barnes was born on January the 12th, 1994. She was a North Carolina native from Monroe and was an honor student. She intended to go to Tucson University and was on track to graduate early. Barnes had no type of criminal history or any known family problems. In December of 2010, Phylicia, now 16 years old, was paying a Christmas visit to her relatives in Baltimore when she disappeared. Phylicia was reportedly walking from an apartment complex nearby to the Reisterstown Road Plaza in Baltimore, but during her journey, Phylicia vanished. She stopped using her credit cards, cell phone, and Facebook page. Barnes was last seen on the 28th of December. Police said that they were enormously concerned about the missing girl on January the 3rd. On January the 22nd, a brief segment from America's Most Wanted was broadcast during commercial breaks. A reward of $36,000 was raised to help bring Phylicia home. Billboards were erected along major thoroughfares asking for information about the girl's disappearance. Almost 4 months after the disappearance, on April 9, 2011, more than 100 law enforcement officers and volunteers from the Maryland State Police performed a thorough search of Patapsco Valley State Park. A body was found during this search. However, it was not that of Phylicia. Following this search, when police were unable to locate her, they declared that they were back to square one. Also on April 9th, Phylicia's friends and classmates in Monroe organised a carnival to collect money in her honour. On April 20th, 2011, around 7:30 am, employees in the area of Conowingo Dam noticed a body floating in the Susquehanna River. Later, another body was discovered close by. The following day, police used a tattoo and dental records to determine that the first body was Phylicia Barnes. After being identified, the body of the other victim, a male adult, was determined to be unrelated to Barnes' case. At the time, police did not exclude malicious intent. According to them, it might take weeks to complete the forensic investigation, figuring out how Barnes passed away, and to explain how she ended up 45 miles from where she went missing. On May the 4th, an autopsy revealed that the death was indeed a homicide. Although the cause of death was known, it was kept a secret at the time for investigative reasons, out of concern that it might compromise the inquiry. 2 months after Barnes' disappearance, according to court documents obtained on September the 6th, Barnes' sister was attempting to get a restraining order against her ex-boyfriend, Michael Johnson. Johnson's lawyer claimed that his client had moved on, had a new girlfriend, and was not to blame for the murder. Police questioned Johnson 8 times about Phylicia's case. Michael Johnson was detained on April 25th, 2012, in connection with the murder and disappearance of Phylicia Barnes. Police at the time did not reveal anything about the relationship between Johnson and Barnes other than the fact that Johnson was the last person to see Barnes alive. The first time the specifics of the murder were made public was at a hearing on April the 27th. At the hearing, Lisa Goldberg, an assistant state's attorney, testified that Johnson asphyxiated Barnes at her sister's apartment before removing her body in a 35-gallon plastic tub. According to reports, he was observed fumbling with the container whilst perspiring heavily. At the hearing, no motive for the murder was offered. Johnson, though, was said to have recently broken up with Phylicia's sister. He was said to have taken his possessions out of her apartment using the same tub that he is accused of carrying the body out in. The tub in question is still missing, along with some possibly vital evidence. However, Johnson said Phylicia was like his little sister, and they had spoken on the phone and texted over 500 times. Johnson's trial took place in February of 2013. Phylicia Barnes' sister, Dina, who was Johnson's ex-girlfriend, testified during the trial that Johnson had given Phylicia permission to drink before making inappropriate advances towards her. A neighbour to the apartment claimed that he had witnessed Johnson removing the container that Barnes is thought to have been taken out in from the residence. A small-time offender admitted in court that he assisted Johnson in getting rid of the body. The murder charges against Michael Johnson were overturned by the judge at his sentencing hearing on March the 20th, and a fresh trial was mandated. Johnson's second trial was originally scheduled for February the 21st, 2014, but was delayed at the request of his new lawyers until April the 28th, 2014. The case and the charges against Johnson were drawn out. Judge Johnson Addison Howard dismissed the charges against Michael Johnson on January the 20th, 2015, saying there wasn't enough evidence to proceed with the trial. Johnson was declared innocent of all charges relating to the murder of Phylicia Barnes on March the 30th, 2018, following a third trial. The case, according to Baltimore City Police, was the most challenging missing persons case they had ever looked into. Phylicia's case remains unsolved. Hit subscribe for more dark case documentaries, turn notifications on, and like the video to help get more eyes on these cases. Thank you.